6 o'clock, sounds good.
All right.
Open these. And then we had August 7th minutes. I looked them over and didn't have any comments.
Bear with me 1 second. I have
Okay.
one thing that I probably said, but it doesn't sound right to me the way it reads. Town administrative search. Mike shared that he didn't have an opinion from an RDIC standpoint because the commission doesn't have much interaction with the TA. It kinda sounds like
A dig.
no, it just sounds like I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And I just come up with help me with a better way to say it.
Just strike out that last part, doesn't feel that we need to have, where, is that down below town administrator search?
How about striking the whole sentence?
Okay.
The TA,
You have a problem just striking the whole sentence?
I don't.
I'm finding it, the commission was in receipt.
Next sentence.
Tim would like to see.
No.
No.
I missed, Mike shared that he didn't have an opinion from an RDIC standpoint because Tim would like to see the candidates have at least 5 to 10 years of experience as also a graduate education.
But here's the sad thing about that.
I would also actually strike that it was agreed that they should possess.
Vicky,
Well,
welcome.
I guess we didn't vote on it, but I guess we all did kind of
I guess the
informally
question
agree.
is, but my line there, I just, it sounds like,
Yeah,
so
yes, it
I'm
sounds,
gonna ask
negative.
I'm
I know
gonna
what
ask to
you're saying.
strike that sentence.
Yeah, our opinions don't matter. Hi, Mr. Mosio.
Hey,
Our opinions
Welcome,
don't
Mr.
matter.
Mosio.
how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Haven't seen you in a while.
I know what.
You haven't tried to run me over when I was down the end of my driveway recently. Pull up a chair.
Yeah.
Help yourself.
sit right
There's
at the
plenty of
table here.
space, yeah.
Yeah, by all means, please do.
So with that correction,
I make
if
a
you don't
motion
mind.
to accept the minutes with the correction.
Second.
Amended.
Any discussion? Vote?
Yes.
Aye,
Aye, 4-0. Excellent.
so unanimous.
No old business. Or if there is any that isn't inspected within 48 hours, I will take that.
What?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something.
We were talking last time, were we talking about the curbing? I can't remember what I was supposed to find for you. Were we talking about the curbing being the granite versus the
Yes.
rounded?
Again, oh, Dick, help me out. We were discussing this before. The granite curbing versus,
It's Cape Cod
Cape
versus
Cod berm.
Aberm,
yes.
and this is where, talking about it. What do you
Yeah.
mean, talking about it up to the,
It wa-
At the height, because, and I haven't seen anything for a meeting yet.
Yeah, the discussion
HPD
was that they were gonna add, they asked about what it would take to go away from the granite berms to the Cape Cod berms.
And the HPD, I haven't seen anything either. Is Chris
We're
gonna
supposed to be meeting in
have a
September
discussion
about
with
it.
them or?
Well, they haven't asked for it as far as.
Oh, okay. So they were just discussing. They haven't decided to make a formal request.
Honestly, I don't think they're gonna ask.
Okay,
Well, I'll tell you, Laurel contacted me directly.
okay.
And I ignored the first one, and then she contacted me again. She said, are you just worried about giving your opinion? I said, I don't want to speak for the whole board. I think that if you want to make a change, go ahead and ask for it. But if that's what you agreed to in the original agreement, like, why wouldn't you hold the contractor responsible? Because I guess it was a subcontractor that did the work while they were out of town supposedly.
Yep.
So I said, but if that's what you agreed to, like, what would be the compelling reason to change it? And I said, I do recall our conversations. We had conversations about the curbing because it was a safety issue, and we didn't want people to kind of fall and twist their ankles
Yeah.
walking off a rounded curbing. We felt that
Yep, a step, you gotta step down off
You had to
granite.
step down, it made it very obvious you had to step down there. And she said, because I think her insinuation was that they thought it would be safer because people wouldn't pop tires. And I said, well, no, I think that it's safer if it's a squared off, and especially with depth perception on those rounded edges, I think they know if they're like that, they know they're like that.
Yeah, we had Cape Cod berming, or Cape Cod berms where I grew up, and if your parents don't buy you new tires on your bike, your bike slips on the berm when it's wet, and you break a tibia real fast.
Yeah.
Well, in addition to that, my recollection of that discussion at the HPDD review board meeting was the safety aspect of some of the grades
Yeah.
in there, and if people parked in the street, they could turn into the curb of an A berm and not worry that if they didn't put their car in park or
Yeah.
have the emergency
It'll
brake
stop 'em.
set, it would stop, where a Cape Cod berm
Over and-
potentially would roll over. So I think, I'm not on that board, but that's my recollection of the
Right.
most compelling reason. Well, I think you two are on the committee.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think that's what I remember was the most compelling reason to do it.
but
I
my
don't-
most compelling reason is, number one, I hate the freaking granite ones because they're too costly and they screw up tires really bad and quick. Number two, if you're plowing snow, that's the worst freaking thing you can have there is a granite, because it'll ruin a plow faster than anything.
But we don't have to worry about that with the
I know,
town because it's private.
It's private, I
can
know,
I
I know,
interject?
that's what I'm
This-
saying, I'm still for the person that's doing this thing.
Let me just interject, this is being televised right now.
Since when?
I'm just telling you it is.
It is not.
Yes, it is.
Did you go to it?
No, but someone I know did. Someone just texted me and said,
Excuse me a minute,
make sure you guys watch your language because you're on TV.
I thought you said it wasn't gonna
Well,
be.
I didn't think so either.
I thought it wasn't.
So I will advise everybody here that we were on video and audio, which I typically do. I did at our subcommittee meeting last night too. So
It's not a big deal, I just want you to be aware.
I didn't see the green. Oh, there they are. It's a little green light. It is on. So we are, and that one's on too. So we are being televised. So
But the bottom line in relation to berms, it's not an issue because they haven't come back to us.
Right.
so
So unless and until they do,
it's
Yeah.
staying granted until they come back with. It's basically they're asking for a waiver.
Yeah, because they
they're
have to dig
asking
it
for.
up.
Yeah. And they'll have to do a formal request, and then Chris will have to call a meeting of the HPDD, and
And I guess who's paying attention to that though, because how long are we gonna let it sit there until they dig it up if they don't come to us?
well, the engineer goes in there occasionally.
yeah. I'm presuming that the hired engineer that does the inspections, like when they do a road addition to add more houses,
Yeah.
they have to do those inspections to approve it. I mean, those reports should be.
He gave an opinion to Chris, I believe, on, I believe he even sent it to me now that I think about it. But he gave an opinion, Quinn, sorry,
Oh, Kevin, yep.
that he was okay with Cape Cod berms, because they're part of the subdivision regulations.
Okay.
But he wasn't weighing in on safety or anything else.
No, he just was like, it's in there, you can do it, and it was approved as part of the plan, so that's what you gotta do.
Right.
If you put in a Cape Cod berm, it's not in the plan, so rip it out and put in the granite.
So unless they ask, we don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
But I am worried if they just do nothing and don't change it out.
We'll make sure that happens.
And I guess my question is, how do we make sure that happens?
I'll stay on top of it.
Okay, thank you.
And Quinn's report would come back too, if he's inspecting the road and it's not up to the design standards, Kevin will note that as a punch list item.
Okay.
Road's not complete, missing granite curbing. Because if I'm not mistaken, they have to come up with, at their drains, they've got to come up with basically the granite curb has like a little arch in it.
Yeah,
So the water comes out, so that's a special one.
okay.
Mr. Chairman, may I suggest we ask Mr. Mosio if he's here for a specific reason, just so
I
he
was
doesn't
gonna
have to
ask.
sit here all day, all night?
Are you here for a discussion point, comment?
Well, I have a few questions in mind. One is, why don't they put the street lights back on, going in? they turned them off the second or third day they put them up.
That was a selectman's
A
decision.
lot of people
Yeah.
walk there
Yeah,
at
I
night.
agree with you, Dick. I agree
A
with
lot
you.
of people walk through there at
Why
night.
the heck would the selectmen step in and do that?
It was a budget cut.
Cost
as I
savings.
As I recall.
There's only 4 of them, 4 or 5 of them.
LED lights, of course.
Yeah.
Give me a freaking break for crying out loud.
Street light.
Well, did they turn off all the streetlights or just those
Oh, they
streetlights?
turned them all off.
They turned them all
All
off.
street lights are off?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, in Rutland Heights.
Only in Rutland Heights?
I don't think Dick's talking about the whole town.
Yeah,
Well, the rest of them are out too, anyway. All the way up to the Naquan School.
Right.
but within the town, there are the street lights at intersections that are on, so why just pick 6 or 8 street lights? Question, I
Listen,
guess
let-
I will send
listen
an
to that.
email to the select board chairman and ask that question. If it was a
got
budget
nice-
constraint, then it should have been all of
Nice aluminum poles there and they shut them
street
off.
lights.
Well,
Question.
not only that, now you have people living up there, and you have the people walking,
That's right,
safety wise.
that's right.
So Dick, you're gonna allow me to have street lights in all subdivisions? All right, I will send a question to Jen and copy Chris Kolosky on it and say, streetlights, in Rutland Heights are off, but the rest of them are on in town. Could you explain to me why this is happening? To ask him a simple question.
or maybe just that there's been a request to turn them back on. Is there a reason why we wouldn't be able
Yes.
to do that?
Good point, Michelle.
My second question is this. After about 30 years, you haven't decided what to do with the property beside the garage. Have you got any ideas?
Well, first of all, it hasn't been 30 years, but I get your point.
Yeah. Well, 25 years.
No, we haven't owned it that long, but it doesn't matter. So your question is, what are we doing with the rest of the land?
Yeah.
I'll allow you to,
What, Mr. Mosey, what the plan is to get through the second phase of Harbor Classic Homes, which
Oh,
basically,
All right.
and then see if there was an opportunity next to your property to potentially put that out for an RFP, or put some property out for RFP for somebody to potentially have some commercial development on that section next to your property. Our hope was that somebody would come in and put a nice little strip mall with a medical center and, drugstore and all that stuff. That was the hope.
The town certainly can use it.
That was the hope, but
And a
we
new post office.
wanted to get at least 50% or 60% houses built before we did that.
Oh, I see.
Because we want to have people there that would actually use it. That was the thought process.
My third question is this. You've got some land down on the corner. Is that landlocked where the town's been dumping all the stumps?
They've been doing what?
well, the town
What?
hasn't been dumping stumps there recently.
Well, they were.
Oh, long time ago.
You know what I mean? It's behind the old nurse's home.
In the,
Oh, down, okay, yes, yeah.
Is that landlocked
no,
in there?
No, nothing's landlocked.
There's
We-
No, they-
what I'm saying is there any access to it?
yes.
They can make it around out there, yeah.
Ken? You can get down here?
Where are we talking about? The top corner? The northwest corner?
I would say it would be northwest or the west
Northwest
corner,
corner.
out in the west.
Clergy parking?
Pardon?
Yeah.
Clergy parking? No. Didn't hear you with the clergy
Follow fence
parking.
line up from Central Tree School. The fence goes right
When you
straight
come up,
down.
Yeah.
originally you came up here, he's talking
Yeah, I
about.
know what you mean now.
Down in here,
Yeah,
there was forest and
yeah.
down through here, and there was an
that where
open
the old
space
bo-
here, and they had dirt piled here,
Yeah.
and stumps piled here, and,
Is that where the old boiler house was?
no,
No.
No,
on the
no,
opposite side.
No,
Okay.
no, on the right,
Okay.
way up in the hill.
So when you drive in their road, it's in the far right corner.
Oh, okay.
So at the top of the hill in the far right corner.
Yeah, originally when you went in there, you drove up, and you had to drive around, and then you went down and, or went down this way here. And this is where the piles were,
You know,
and the flagpole is way down and over
Stumps are
here. Yeah,
I mean, that can be for sale.
Well, I'm trying to.
I think that's
I
part
don't
of
have-
theirs.
Sorry,
I think it's part of theirs.
I was just gonna say, I don't have my
That'd be
my
Harbor's?
whole folder with me,
Yeah.
but I believe they own that.
Okay.
But I'm not positive.
Is that right?
I just don't remember how far that's, I'm gonna say they own that.
Yeah, I do too. Because originally, the solar was just a little bit beyond it is where the trees came in, the forest came in. It was gonna be solar down about 1,000 feet or so.
Yeah.
And, yeah,
Mike, is there any chance that you could grab one of their folders or grab their plan? I don't have it.
Yeah, well, yes,
And
but the planner has the D-size drawing of it.
so Delia has that?
She has a file of, because,
yeah, it should.
Are you talking about a
Yes,
drawing of the
because
property?
David
I
George
got one
was,
with me.
Well, what is
thank
that?
you, I couldn't remember his name.
What's owned and what isn't? So we could ask Delia. She's our,
Here's one that says
can
property
understand my
stockpile
questions,
area.
yeah.
Right on this map, right on that says property stockpile.
So
area.
what's your question though, Dick, about the stumps?
No, there's no question about it.
Oh, okay.
You were wondering if the property was available or if it could
Yeah,
be.
I was wondering if that was landlocked. In other words, no access to it.
the best way to get to it is
Yeah,
around,
they own that for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
You used to
That's
go
on that backside.
around by the old boiler, the furnace, and up by the flagpole.
Yeah.
That's the way it used to be the best to get to it.
That's where we ask him for walking trails, right? That back portion of the
Yeah.
Way in
property.
the back, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've asked him to
But
develop it.
we're
into-
talking here.
Yeah.
This is the entryway.
Yeah.
This is the school.
Yeah.
That's the northwest
I'm
corner.
saying now it's gonna be,
The stumps were right around here, right?
yeah, basically it's roughly in that area.
But that's that corner what you're talking
say
about,
offhand, right-
Mosio, is all owned by Harbor
folded.
Classic Homes. But what we'd ask them is around the edge of their property to put in walking trails so people could
don't
walk
think so.
out and around here.
Not that end.
So this is the driveway in,
Yep.
Dicky.
Yeah.
This is the school over
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Here's the fence line.
Down here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
yeah, it's about where, I'm saying it's about there. Cause this is where the woods are, it was right in here. And that road just to come in and then
Well,
go out that way.
you know honor
Here's
about
the
what I'm
proposed
talking about.
Yes.
stockpile area.
Yes. Yes, I do.
That's
And
roughly
there's a
where the,
proposed stockpile area here too. Is that what they're talking about, a stockpile of like?
No,
the-
that was where they were gonna stockpile loam when they graded.
Okay, got it.
But I guess they're not dumping stumps in there now.
No.
Those are from, I think those are from the ice storm.
Oh, when we had the ice storm, they brought everything over there, the DPW did, because I remember that, they couldn't afford to get a chipper in there to chip all that stuff
Sorry, I
up.
didn't.
That's okay.
I remember that in '08, they couldn't get the chipper to come in, because they couldn't afford it, to bring in a full-size chipper, so they ended up dumping everything up there that they couldn't, get into their chipper.
that's where they had the bonfires, the Girl Scouts had the bonfires in there too.
Yeah.
Burn up the trees.
All right, you got 4 questions, I'm gonna give you 5. Any more?
No, I'll keep quiet.
No, don't.
Please
no.
don't.
What was the second question? Streetlights?
Street lights, and then if we were gonna develop any more of the property,
Yeah, that's primarily what I'm interested in.
Yeah,
I'd
far,
like to see something go up there.
I would do too.
that far corner when you turn in to the property and then you go left and go down past the old flagpole. That back corner though is ours.
yes, and
On the other side of
that can be
road.
RFP'd out.
Yeah.
There was some interest in it in the past, and then it waned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm just making sure we all are on the same page about
Yes.
that. It's not that whole section in the back, it's only that.
They had,
That corner.
They had a golden opportunity of straightening that road out too, between Naquag School and the entrance to the, the 2 curves there, you
Yeah.
know? Look at all the fill that they gave away.
Yes.
They could've put that
Yes.
fill in.
And that
We-
fill could also gone right next to your piece of business there to
fill,
make it
yeah.
nice and flat
I
and,
make it flat.
Make it, more saleable when it
There's
goes time.
plenty of fill.
There's more fill comes out of there
More
because,
fill that is gonna come out of that
There's
place.
still
that-
more?
yeah, oh yeah, I think,
But-
is it Mr. Sinkowitz that,
Yeah.
Yeah,
continually uses that fill, leaves a truck there, let him fill it up and then drives it away when it's
yeah, he's
full?
doing them a favor.
Oh, yeah, because they don't have to find a place to get rid of it.
That's a good
But if we were
spot
to
there,
ask
straighten that
him,
road
like every
out.
so many truckloads to,
Dump one over there. I don't have a problem with that. I can contact. All right, let me put that down for action item.
Well, I'm gonna let you guys go. I appreciate it.
No,
No,
no.
You-
We-
You're listening to me.
Oh, well, you got good,
More than
you,
welcome anytime.
you gave us a good idea of
Yeah.
using that, fill to flatten out that piece of property next to yours and get the humps out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Contact Mr. Sinkowitz.
I'll call him, Tim.
Okay.
There's quite a gully there.
yes, there is.
Awful gully.
Yep.
If one of his trucks was a
Well,
drive-by
I
and the
know,
gate was
when I
open in the
mowed
back.
it.
Yeah.
as long as it's not on the roadway.
Yeah.
There's a drain goes through there too, you know.
Yeah, that's that. I actually talked to Chris and said, is there any way we could reroute that drain to get it out of there? And he goes, based on the slope, not a chance in
Of
hell.
course they could. They could go down there.
Well, they could if they want to spend money, and there would be the problem.
There's a little swamp there on the
Yeah.
right-hand side.
Yes. Because I didn't like how it crossed over, because it basically crossed over our property. And I said, is there any chance you could turn it, have it go down the road and go, and then tie into Maple Ave? He goes, yeah, with some money. I'm like, understood, I get it.
Yeah. No.
Because he goes, it'd all have to be dug up, and then an engineer would have to come up with the slope to go down the road, and then make sure it dumps
They
into.
could do that in their own head. You know, it's engineer to do that.
Well,
You're looking good, Dick. You know, for a guy that's just turned 72 years old, you look pretty good.
Add 20 years onto it.
Well, we
Knew that,
Germans,
That's why I said it.
if we can make it to 80, I'm in bonus life. That's what my doc tells me. If I can make it to 80.
You go up to Linda Hamp to get my birth certificate? You don't know Linda Hamp.
yeah, really. Jesus. Yes. Linda Hamp was, she was a librarian as well as for a while, wasn't she? In the community hall, she was a
She
librarian.
did all that stuff at home. Her and Marion Fay.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
don't wanna go back to turn the clock back that far. I'm trying to go ahead here.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Well, there were days I think we ought to go back.
Yeah.
Straighten out a few things. I just wish I could remember the freaking.
So you're
What-
waiting on the property next to me for,
Yeah, until I think
got
we
any
will.
bites on it?
No, we haven't even advertised it.
Yeah.
No office?
Jen Ledger,
No.
Ledger?
yeah.
Can't get over that.
Was it
Yeah, we
Jim
were
Ledger
planning
that used
on,
to
once they got to the second phase,
Jim.
Though I'm
live-
not
No,
sure.
they're not. I asked her. Jim Ledger.
once they got to the second phase, and got
Way
into
back
that,
then,
we
he
were
wanted
looking to put out a
change
request
it.
for proposal from people to possibly, purchase.
Select board to
So,
having a-
and they're still in phase one. They haven't even got to
anything
phase
else
two yet.
other than
Yeah,
select board.
yeah.
Thanks to National Grid and their transformer, waiting
How
forever.
far they got along up there anyway?
Mike, time I was up there, I mean, they're moving forward. It's not definitely at a stop. But
8 to 10?
Yeah, they just,
I haven't been up there in a couple of
I
years.
think there's 8 or 9 up.
Number of units up to the.
Oh.
Okay.
8 or 9
I
up.
haven't
Eight or
gone.
9?
Yeah.
yeah, the second phase, when they get into it, will be in the about around the 70s. So they've got a ways to go.
Yeah.
And with the interest rates coming down, that might take off pretty quick.
Yeah.
If that Fed chairman drops the interest rates, buyers will go nuts. Right now, they're holding out. So
I'll let you guys go.
Good to see you, Dick.
come
Yeah.
anytime.
Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you.
Thanks
to see you.
for having me.
And tell your son to make sure that Barakian boy works harder. Yeah, I caught him sloughing out a couple times.
He likes lollipops.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you can tell by this he loves lollipops.
Have a good night, Dick.
Yeah.
Take care.
You know, we'd also discussed at the last meeting about the dirt, like having Chris get some of it for the town in general,
Yeah,
right?
to try-
Because there's fields that, you know, if there's soccer fields or baseball fields or something that need it, or
Well, there's
other
a,
construction site, like,
my understanding is when they designed the project, originally the project was gonna be built on slabs.
yeah,
So they did all the calculations of required earth removal based on that. Then they went to cellars and they did not recalculate. So every one of those cellar holes
Is
is
all-
all surplus dirt
Yep,
that they didn't plan on having to get rid of.
Wow.
So what they do is they call Mark Sinkowitz, Wachusett, when they're digging a cellar hole,
Yeah.
and they ask him to keep 3 trucks there so that
Yeah.
they don't have to stockpile and move
Right.
material.
excuse me.
Now, you know, I mean, if the
does-
town wanted to do it.
Chris could easily put a truck over there and get it filled himself if he
Yeah,
wanted.
but
right.
what's the
Don't get me-
likelihood that's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Do they have any trucks of their own?
No,
No.
No, they weren't intending having that kind of surplus. But
where did I see a big, dump truck, an earth mover type dump
Yeah.
truck? I just saw one somewhere.
They've got Clee's having a few over at Brittenell Estates. I saw a huge earth mover
Maybe
and
that's what it
truck
was.
over there. It goes up Brittenell. And he's been moving, he's got a pile probably 60 feet high, from, cellar holes and, building in Brittenell Estates. Cause he's now working on one of the cul-de-sacs.
I mean, that's what you need if you're gonna be trucking it
Yeah,
down to the
just-
town land.
Just keep it on the property and.
Yeah, unregistered,
Yep. Yeah.
well, whatever.
All right, let's move on to, new business, if there's no more other questions on
So,
old business.
on Harmony Hill, just give me one
Yep.
second.
Okay,
I called Laurel today. Asked her for an update. Footings poured today on 22 and 24. I'd have to look at a map, doesn't matter which one it is. So there's another footing that's been poured. Can't get inspected until Monday, so no foundation yet. Ready to do sidewalks and grading of pickleball court area, which I guess now brings us back to curbs.
yep,
3 new contracts, 2 are sisters who want side-by-side units along the boundary of the school. 1 is a spec unit. As soon as we pull the permit for clubhouse, we'll start digging.
excellent. That clubhouse will be a huge sales point for them when that's built.
Yeah, there's some other stuff here, but it's
Okay,
not pertinent. So they're continuing to plug along, and I agree with you. I'm hoping when interest rates go down.
house sales go up.
Just before we get off Harmony Hill, we've had a discussion many, many times about the phasing and the penalty if they don't.
Yes.
Yes, did you
Yeah.
find it?
It's not in the LDA, the
Yep.
land development. Well, I think I mentioned it at our last meeting, that I remembered that the financer, Laurel's father, Mr. Adams, Jim Adams, they didn't wanna do it and I insisted,
Correct,
and they were gonna, doesn't matter.
yeah,
They ultimately agreed.
Acquiesced and gave it.
And he gave a personal guarantee. I have that personal guarantee here, so I will send a copy of this to Tamika so that it can get in our records.
correct.
Probably, we should probably get together with Delia
Delia, yes.
and just understand what she has and how she wants to
Keep track of it, basically
Exactly.
come up with
because,
it.
Dave George,
He was the project manager from the
but
technical
that was a lot
side.
different then, when we were
Yeah.
negotiating and all of that stuff, but,
And he left before he actually got into the quote, project management side
I,
of it.
my personal opinion is this should be a subdivision to her. This should be
Yes.
this should be a separate.
Senior subdivision, senior
Oh,
housing.
it doesn't
subdivision.
matter, but I mean, it should be just like Bear Hill or whatever, Brittenell. And she should have, the whole file.
Yeah, they used to, the one thing I learned when John took over, they took all the books and turned them into folders in filing
Right.
cabinets, so.
But I know one of the questions we had, and I should have highlighted it, but I didn't.
There was a time frame of when the
First
LD,
88 units.
Yeah, I think I saw something like that too.
Do you think that,
24.
in my opinion,
In
for Carol,
4.5 years.
because way National Grid screwed them for crap's sakes and everything
well,
else, I feel that we
would
ought
feel,
to.
I would feel comfortable kind of like pushing it out that far, but I wouldn't feel comfortable pushing it out any further. Like, cause that was unanticipated, whatever.
Yeah,
Well, but
No?
I disagree.
Okay.
I wanna
I mean,
hear,
that's a cost of doing, I mean, they had to know, I mean, you knew.
I knew it, I was
you
telling
were
them, yeah.
for, you
Well,
know,
Eversource, I was on my side, which is no different than Grid, that when I went to put in a transformer and Eversource Electric goes, see you in 8 months. I was like, okay, so all my projects going from that one mistake, I planned 8 months to make sure all my projects, they weren't getting electrified for 8 months. And I had to go back and make sure that I had the schedule for that. And when.
But
Was
it's not
that delay
just-
due to the pandemic though, or is that their normal delay?
No, and this is, I'm sort of getting into the weeds. The problem with transformers is a lot of that stuff was made in the US up until the 80s.
yeah.
And then everything got transferred overseas. So turbines, generators, transformers is basically made all overseas. And you're at the mercy of those companies.
Yeah,
If they feel they don't have enough orders, they'll wait 6 months to fire up the factories because they're paying the people. So that's the unfortunate fact.
Well, it wasn't just National Grid. I mean, look at the mess they get into with decks and patios.
And ZBA, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was self-inflicted.
Yes.
that part of it, I agree.
Yeah.
And even digging the basements, right? Cause that adds to the time.
Right. No, you know,
Understood,
and
okay.
we gave them a lot, 4.5 years, is a long time.
Yeah.
But aren't we into like 2.5 or 3 by now?
No, it was from,
22?
agrees LD, the fire has not constructed first 80 units on premises by uh, 4.5 years. I was just looking to see when, I thought there was something in here about after the first unit was started. But,
That's what I was gonna see. if
you know,
there's any
we're
confusion.
nowhere near there.
Okay.
Let's, all I'm saying is we've got a document.
We need to get that to Delia and get it in the records.
Yeah.
Okay, and you and I are probably gonna have to talk with her and see what she has. Cause I know she's said that some of the records, she couldn't find, and, I don't wanna hear that, so if we have to go over and maybe look through and help her get to what the records are with a file, then we need to do that. And if we don't have drawings, supply them to her.
Wow.
Oh, I know there's drawings up there. I'm positive of that, cause I used to go and visit with Dave George and he
They're
had,
there, yeah.
There's
he had
drawers
5
over
sets of
there.
them, you know, every modification that was made, just like a subdivision.
They've got the subdivisions divided up. I just initially had a hard time finding them the way the filing system was, but
Yeah.
Dave's, and John made some changes. Nothing, he can do what he wants, but Dave's I could find easily, cause I had to find the agricultural, accessory document files, and those were great. That he had everything put together, so I think it's doable. Just find him and make sure she has everything. So if questions come up, or if the select board has questions, there's a file to go look at.
What did you just say?
If the select board has questions, there's
That's what he
files
said.
to look at.
I'm trying, my political correctness has gotta stop. Good one. All right, if there's no more in Harmony Place, we'll move on to the new business, request for proposals of tree clearing, and I can give an update on that.
Please.
Ross and I have been playing phone tag, and I'm gonna start again tomorrow with the calls to get in touch with him. I haven't been successful. So,
So we're still in a holding pattern.
holding pattern, yeah. I did find out that the RFPs can go through David, our town administrator, so we can do that. So one thing I did find out. So my goal was, when I talked to Ross, is like, listen, we've got the file, we've got the properties that we wanna put in the back as the addendums. We've got the Southbridge file that's now in a Word document. How do we proceed working with you to get us an RFP that we can present? That is an all-inclusive RFP, which is not only the clearing, but the project management portion of it, and get that out for a bid.
Should we be putting out an RFP in general so that if someone else wants to do it too, they?
Well, no, it wasn't just going to him. The RFP was a document I was hoping he'd help us prepare to get to the town that would go out to anybody that wanted to bid on it.
Okay.
That was the plan. Yeah, all I was looking is for his help because he was instrumental in writing Southbridge's. Theirs went out for an RFP too. They went out to the general public for them to bid, for someone to bid on. So.
Would that be a public document that we could just kind of look up?
You mean the Southbridge one? Oh yeah, that's how I got it. It was a public
He already
document.
has it, yeah.
Yeah,
So why would we change it?
because it has Southbridge all over it.
Right, so why don't we just do, search
Was
and
it-
replace and put Rutland?
Well, they had a huge amount of properties that they were looking at, way more than what we need. And they had a bunch of contingencies in there for that property, which we don't need.
Right,
So I was asking basically to take that document and move it down to this big and add in the properties on 68 that we talked about and get it to David and get it out.
or maybe we could do that.
I don't think we wanna write an RFP.
Yeah,
Well, I
I don't have,
certainly-
I don't have the skill set.
No, I just leave it up to him to
But
line it
he's
up.
not a lawyer either. The last time we did an RFP, we had a lawyer look at it, right? So if we kind of massage what they did,
Yeah. I personally don't have the time. I'm in construction
I
season.
have 1 month left of work. I'm retiring in October.
Well, good for you, congratulations.
So I will
So
have
why
time
don't
in
you give the
October.
Southbridge one to Michelle and let
Okay.
her massage it as much as she thinks she can.
Okay,
And bring
I'm good
it
with
back
that.
here and,
I'm great.
I don't
But I'm
mind
still gonna
doing
get in
that.
touch with Ross and see if
Yeah,
there's
fine.
anything
Yeah.
he can help us with.
Yeah,
but he then may take Michelle's massage document and say, gee, this is perfect, or, no, you should chop this and that.
Yeah, we'll use his opinion. Okay, I'm good with that. Excellent.
just know that I can't do it till October. Like, I'm
I
still
I
working
don't
right
think
now.
there's any
but yeah.
urgency.
No, there isn't there.
Okay, but I don't mind doing that.
Yeah. Okay, great. I appreciate it.
Well-
I've got the Word document and I'll,
If you'll share
I'd
that
like to
with
get
me.
him on board as soon as possible, though, that's the problem, because,
well, the other thing I wanted to talk to him about was the grant timeline. That's what I really need to know. When do we need that grant timeline?
Is there any money?
Yeah, and is there any money from the state still out there that we can get? The last I talked to Randy, who talked to Ross on the side, said there's no hurry, there's money still in the coffers. So I need a timeline. If we wait till October, November, is the submission time
September.
October or September, yeah. So again, I'm not gonna give up trying to get in touch with him. I've got a couple questions for him. But I'll mention to him that we're taking a first shot at it and then we can send it if you take a look at it and tell us where we're at. All right, I've got that Word document and email. I'll just forward it to you, Michelle.
Okay, thank you.
That was pretty much it. That's why this meeting I thought was gonna be pretty short. Is there anything else anybody has for the RDIC that we want to talk about?
you mean the fact that I screamed at you and everything else
You
about,
don't scream at me. You selectively talk loud to me.
why haven't
'cause he
we,
has hearing
why haven't we got a trailer truck with a for sale sign, property for sale on it, or something to start pushing this piece of property? And to me, why wait?
Or even a banner on the fence.
Yep, or a banner on the fence, so people know that, how many times maybe guys go by or anybody goes by there, oh my God, if I only knew.
Dick, to answer your question, I'm gonna have a question. Mike, do we have anything, and I should know this, any monies left in any accounts for the RDIC with the town that we can access? I guess I'd put it out to the committee, do we wanna use some of that to put a banner out there and, like we did with the properties, like a picture with these properties are open? But I don't wanna say I don't wanna start the selling process, cause we're not,
No.
I don't think we're ready to.
Well, never
I
say
thought we
never.
just said we were gonna wait until
Yeah,
after phase two.
But I wouldn't mind having it out there. I mean, we need all the PR. You heard here 25, 30 years, and that's not true, but that's what I hear in town all the time. Oh, DOC's not doing anything with the property.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. There's houses being built up there. There's tax revenue coming in. Stop it.
But
And the other thing I
not
wanted to
getting out there
mention
about
is if you build a large, say, warehouse, that's one property tax. It's not 144 property taxes. So there's a different. Austin actually made a great point in select board meeting. The amount of square footage that you would need to make up for the amount of houses that you get to tax is astronomical.
Oh,
So if we put a bunch of warehouses up there, it wouldn't even dent what you could put with 10 houses. So, and
well,
since
I guess,
I've gotten argued, Mike, that why isn't there commercial up there? We'll make money off commercial. We don't have a second tax rate, so there is no commercial tax rate that we have larger than a home. It'd be a residential rate. So, me personally, I don't want to jump into something until we've got enough people up there where we need a medical facility, we need a pharmacy, we need a convenience store.
Well, we already need all those things.
yes, we do.
So, and I think,
yeah, but they're not here because they can't be here. They're
'cause
not
they-
here because they didn't wanna stay here.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
the
then he
pharmacy left. Look at the poor guy that opened the restaurant across the street. How long did that last?
Didn't even last a year.
Yeah, barely, 6 months, I think.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but, Dick, I get your point, and, to those watching who think I'm anti-development of the project, it's nothing further from the truth. But if you put that up, and Dick Williams comes in and says, yep, I wanna buy that piece of property right over there. And what do we then have to do?
Got to do an
We
RFP.
gotta develop
RFP.
an RFP, we gotta, we gotta put it out to bid, we gotta do all that kind of stuff. And you know what's gonna happen, the person that's driving is gonna buy is gonna, just like has happened before.
I don't want to do
I'm
the
not doing
paperwork,
I'm not doing all that
Yeah.
crap, if I can make you an offer, fine.
and we can't do that.
The way to I think, to market and sell it is through the municipal process.
Yeah.
Through that kind of advertising, and through the commercial real estate people.
Which is,
It's
I
not
just-
the heights only that we're involved in. We're involved in the piece of
68,
in 68, and
all of the property, right? They don't want us just doing Rutland Heights, but
Right.
all of it.
so that's.
Again, RFPs on every single one of them.
Is there any way around that?
I don't believe so.
we could ask,
Told many different times that, no, there's not, because it's,
it's state requirement, it's procurement laws for the state.
but that's why I think your point is valid, that if we do it through the
Or
process,
commercial real
the
estate.
commercial, where people know that that's what the expectation is.
Yeah.
Commercial real estate agent is the right way to do it.
Yeah,
Well, I got to give Mike Nicholson, him and I don't know if yourself and David decided to, let's go get somebody, let's get him motivated, and let's get him to sell this. And that worked out. It got us Harmony Place. It actually got us one, if I remember right, that was gonna go in there, but they did their due diligence and backed out. That company that was going to, I can't remember the name of it, but they were basically like a customer service type.
Communication.
Yeah. So, I think as we get, if phase one gets completed, when they start phase two, instead of waiting to half of phase two's done, I think we should start the discussion process of engaging a commercial real estate agent.
I mean, in all honesty, if you go up there now, it's not very pretty.
No.
I mean,
Nothing is pretty.
But
The
we're not
whole
gonna be able to
property
make it
itself is
pretty.
not pretty.
Well, I think if you get through the first phase and you've got the community center there that they're going to use, you've got pickleball courts. I don't think people look at the back where they're developing. They'll look at the front where it is, where it's been cleaned up and there's houses there, there's people out,
grass and trees.
there's grass and trees. Yeah, that would be the sales point.
yeah.
And again, maybe I'm being rose-colored glasses, but once you get phase one pretty done, it could be the waterfall
Yeah.
and just keep selling.
Well, I think it presents a bunch of additional opportunities, for retail space and,
Medical road.
no one's gonna go up there now and build a.
They don't know what they're getting into. They could lose their shirts because what and I don't wanna say this is a worst case scenario, but what if they don't sell, they don't get through phase one for 5 or 6 years? Then I put up a convenience store that's servicing 40 people. That's not gonna keep me in business. But if you've got phase one done and you're working on phase two, you've got a pretty large you got 40 houses up there and average 2 people, that's 80 to 100 people that would be using your services. And again, I keep seeing a convenience store, a launder place where you can bring your clothes, which people might not want to do laundry, drop them off. You've got a small drugstore. You've got a little med center, barbershop, all those little things. So, and there'd be parking as opposed to what we have in the center town by the gas station where, you know, if it gets full, you've got to park in the back and walk up a flight of stairs to get to anything. So I personally think in our time, we're going to see this take off, but it's the cycles of capitalism.
Yes.
It
and
also
that's
has
one of the-
something to do with our location.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
mean,
Well,
You're a drive-through.
and you've heard it, Mike, is longer than I've been here. We don't have major highway access. That's
Yeah.
all there is to it.
Yeah.
But if there was 149 here, I'm getting on your speech.
Yeah, Route 49 it is.
49.
Not 140, but Route 49.
But we also need to start thinking beyond Rutland Heights, right? Like, we do need to start the process of looking at the other properties in town.
well, that's, the EDIC, I don't even think is meeting anymore. I'm not sure they exist.
I didn't get to ask Randy.
Yeah,
Mike,
something
and
happened.
the committee, I'm going like, I made this comment to him earlier and I want to find out, what are they doing to promote? I haven't seen anything in the
I think
last
they've
3 or
been
4
off all
months.
summer. They can't get a quorum.
Okay.
And Jess, the one that runs Cornerstone Bank down there, she resigned. And she was involved in the thing too.
Well,
But the
Just have
EDC is more like once business, like they're more the like.
they're supposed to
once
find
businesses are
opportunities.
here.
Try to find places and opportunities for people to move
Yeah.
into.
But again, I felt as they're the sales front, they're the ones going out finding the opportunities, and then we're the technical side or the land side making the opportunities available for them. Are we the marketing group? Because I didn't think that's the way it was.
Well, we've been the marketing group for this property, and I think we do need to be the marketing group because no one else is doing it.
Oh no, Michelle, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I thought the select board had basically
Charges.
Exactly. Thanks, Mike. The charges was we take care of the property, they take care of the marketing and sales and all that. And to your point, it doesn't look like it's working out.
Right.
Yeah.
We're the realtors.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. We're the realtors, and they're the sales force.
And have you taken a look at what Glenn's been doing on the backside of
I
the
have.
sprucing it up, isn't
I
it?
know. The planning board needs to call him in for a discussion, ask him, what are we gonna do? Because
I know.
and I'm off on a tangent, but the planning board was
property
trying to
are you
get Glenn
talking about?
Copula's property to be the next industrial,
Coupler, Glenn Coupler's down.
well, the Trump,
Yeah.
that trailer was
Where
for
the
years.
cattle are down there. We were trying to get him, the planning board, to open up as an industrial park. So
Yes.
anybody wants to come in and he's
Small
only
business.
Small
But isn't that
businesses.
section what,
It's all zone business.
residential, it's
No,
business?
Oh, it's all
zone?
business, yeah.
Business zone.
But we just couldn't come to an agreement, and then it sort of died, so then, who's my buddy that owns your place now up on 68? The hydraulic man.
Yeah. Dave.
Dave
Putnam.
he was looking at doing something like that too, of
Yeah.
renting out back property. That would be a huge advantage to Rutland of
Yeah.
having a place for small business, because that's always been a problem. Where do I put my construction vehicles? Can't park them in a residential area.
Yeah.
So, but again, there's places on 68 that could do that, and that's where we probably need to, I think,
Be careful what you do with town centers, because I think those are terrible. They are awful.
well, there's no parking, that's,
And you look at down on
Yeah.
122, go to Four Corners and take a left, that,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna name particular
No, it's a
businesses,
mess
but
down there.
it's a mess. You got tractors and trucks and.
if you take the
Cars.
left, that's the one,
We
they were
were-
looking at doing a
Right
motorcycle.
across the street from a residential house.
Yeah.
It's just not fair.
Well, that's why when the planning board was looking at site plan review, just for information, we walked it and Dick and I walked next to a dump truck.
Yeah.
And the first thing I thought of is when I see all these holes in these huge diesel gas tanks, I'm like, oh.
It was all rotted.
And so the board basically said, until this gets cleaned up,
Yeah.
site plan review's a no. And they just dropped the whole thing and walked away.
Yeah.
And we were concerned about the
Sewer
condos,
system.
the condos behind it, because they had a drop off on that property, and right below it was the septic system.
And that's right next to where they're gonna, the motorcycles and
Yeah,
the trucks
yeah.
they're gonna work on,
We were worried
like
about
that.
contamination, things like that. So you definitely have to look into that before you start moving industrial. But Glenn's was an opportunity for small businesses, because I think that's a need in town where there's small businesses starting and they need a place to store stuff. And we talked about having, you could put a building up there where you've got your work center downstairs and you got a business office up top. So,
I mean, that's different. That's a piece of property that's currently zoned
yeah,
business.
exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. And that's why we were gonna we were actually looking at modifying the zone into a business / industrial, but it just hasn't come to fruition.
Well,
Why would we spot zone it?
It wouldn't be,
It sounds like spot zoning to me. If
no,
you
no,
wanna
no,
change
no, no,
the
it's
zoning.
already, it's already zoned business. All we're doing is modifying the zoning. We're not changing,
But making it industrial is a lot different than business. And there's a lot of residential down there,
On the backside.
all around it,
backside.
all
there's
around
no
it.
You have to go way over to Campbell Street.
But even on Palmagussit, it's residential going
Yeah, I
both
know.
ways, right? So,
No, before you get there is swamp,
Yeah.
so there's nothing there.
yeah,
Again, it hasn't gone anywhere.
yeah.
The thought process was not industrial from the standpoint, well, we were gonna come up with a new zone is what we were basically gonna do, and business would be part of it. It's just, there was too many adders to it where we wanted to have residential and business, and I wasn't comfortable with that.
Yeah, and I would be careful too, doing it for just one person, especially where we've got all kinds of other town, like, we've got all of 68, right, running through town.
Not really.
Well, the reason we looked at this
We've
is,
got a lot of
pa-
land on 68.
You have
It's not all of
pastures.
it, but we've got parcels on 68,
Yeah.
right, that we can, like, shouldn't we be worried more about like kind of selling or leasing the town property to,
planning board isn't, so they weren't,
yeah.
I mean, we were looking at a place.
town won't become landlords either.
No.
Yeah. The thought process was, Michelle, is that the planning board had said, the town had come to us and said, we want a large place where we can help small business. And we looked all over, we get a huge parcel and do that. And at the time, Glenn was the only one that stepped up and said, I've got, let's just say 80 or 100 acres
Yeah.
that could do that. There was nothing else out there at the time that anybody would step up for.
Gonna call it Oak Meadows.
But does the town own a parcel like that, like on 68 or other areas of town? Does the town own property like that we could try to
68
sell
is
to a
about,
prospective
68
buyer
is
to do that?
possible, but there is it's gonna cost them an arm and a leg just to get electricity 3-phase down to them or whatever.
And see, Glenn had a lot, he had the roads already put in there and
He's got
he
the
had
electric-
power back there, so it was conducive to what we were trying to do up front.
It's a main feed line that comes in from Westminster into
Yep.
Rutland, so.
But your point's taken, it could be done.
And I think isn't that what we're supposed to be doing? Like, is developing, getting rid of town parcels so that we're getting tax revenue on them in addition to building up business in town.
I
Getting
guess,
t- get-
I guess
getting
the two
income
planning
from it.
members can talk to the other planning board and members and see if that's a possibility. It was a bylaw we were gonna put
We,
in.
we
so-
have to keep one parcel, for adult entertainment.
Yes, that is a law by the state we have to do, 160.
Do we have to keep one?
Yes.
Yes, because if we didn't have that, they could put it right here in center of town.
I
Yes.
see.
If
Oh,
you
so-
designate,
So
Zone
we
that.
can find the best prime piece there and save that for adult entertainment.
actually,
Yeah,
it would be,
right by the rail trail where
Yeah.
where the kids are walking by.
I'll ask if there's any,
What's going on with Kappa's land?
I know that Irene.
'Cause that's zoned industrial, isn't it?
Yes, I don't know if it's industrial, it's zoned. And, We had to do something about it, something was not attached, there was a piece of the property, 8 acres in the back of it that wasn't attached.
How much total land is there?
Like, it was 20-something acres or?
Yeah, but there was that 8 in the back, so he was gonna get up to 35, I
Yeah,
thought.
yeah,
Intervale or 60?
yes, Intervale,
Interfail, yeah.
yeah.
They've started.
It's the old
parking trucks
Grenier Wooden Heel Company.
Because I mean, that's a great spot down there. It's-
Yeah, at one
Oh,
point,
And-
Brian Stinson was looking to put up that was gonna be the oil truck storage facility for
Yeah.
him, but, it didn't work out,
And right now, there are trailer trucks down there.
Yep.
yeah.
And I have no idea what the story is down there. And I got a funny feeling, I thought it, because all of a sudden, on 122, what we were talking about, they're gonna work on trucks like that. And all of a sudden, I think that's them over there now.
Oh, they moved off of a main road
Yeah.
and went to okay.
Yeah. And I think
Well,
that's what
To
happened.
close the meeting, I'll ask if there's any more discussion or anything else to bring up. I'll take a motion well, before I do that, do we want to set up a meeting for October? The beginning of October?
I think it is. It's the first Thursday of October.
Yeah.
So
Is
it's
that the
going to
2nd or
be
the 9th?
The 2nd.
Second, okay, I'll make sure I got that, October 2nd. Tamika?
I think it's on autopilot. I have mine on autopilot. It's just, I do it in my phone as the first Thursday of every month at 6 o'clock. Boom.
It's Yom Kippur. Okay, I'll take a motion to close the
Motion to
meeting.
adjourn.
All right.
Oh,
I was
sorry.
gonna say, before we do that. No, okay, now, yeah, let's continue this on to the next meeting.
We
okay,
can-
you
we
made a
can- We
mission.
can still stay, like, I'll take back my motion.
No, that's okay.
It wasn't seconded, so.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
No,
I'll take a vote then.
Aye.
I.
We'll call it 7 o'clock.